se va. Sáquenme la botella que funda pa' gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile y bebe. Ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo pa' ti. Lo que tengo pa' ti. Sé que te va a encantar como meto yo. Dale, muévelo.
What is going on, Cowboy Nation? Welcome back to Primetime Studios. Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil. And unfortunately, no game time right now, but definitely on the books to come in. He's having some technical issues. Of course, broke-ass media, you know how we roll. But anyways, I wanted to just at least start off by welcoming everybody. We got Mike Aldana in here. Let's see if I can highlight people as we go through. We got, Mike Aldana. CZ's in the house. Okay, sorry. Twiz is well. You guys talking about drones and stuff. The mystery of the drones. Dustin's in the house. I appreciate it, man. As you guys come on in, as we started up, and you'll see, obviously that I'm right now representing, but Game Time should be in once he gets everything situated, whether he's restarting his internet or restarting his computer. Didn't exactly go into details of what's going on. Clemente, what's going on? But anyways, how's everybody going? How's everybody doing this nice weekend on a nice Saturday? Of course, I was ready to introduce Game Time, and you know, hey, he's having one of those days. You know, I know I've had it when I was coming back from a long vacation. And Chris May with the $2 super chat. Thank you. Let's get that.
Insert cash or select payment type.
Sonic Boom!
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate that a lot. As the holidays come through, we are pushing through to this Cowboys setup. I don't even know what to talk about there. You know, we keep getting these news and things that are happening, of course, with the Dallas Cowboys. I really wanted to kind of talk to Game Time about that. But, you know, let's talk about a little bit of this. You know, as he heard, I was on the broadcast when all of a sudden you guys brought it up. Let's be real. You guys were the ones that really kind of pointed it out to us. That, of course, Diggs was going to have knee surgery. They tried to say something about, of course, you know, he injured it on Monday. During that game, and then this is kind of the results of it. Yeah, I'm not really sure. They don't really tend to tell you exactly everything that they're really doing, or if truly things actually happen that way. But when I look at them, it could have been one of those things. He could have needed something, maybe something scoped out. I don't know. Maybe you guys have heard more. And then it was one of those things. Well, you know, with the way that the season's going, you might as well get it done. That way, you're ready for training camp. Or maybe there's nothing and he's going to pretend that he has something. So I'm interested to see how that develops. Haven't remembered such an injury devastated season. I know that's we've had those seasons before, but it's been some time. Obviously the success that he's had more recently kind of clouds that, and of course Jason Garrett, we kind of really think about him as just a mediocre coach, and that's the reason why those teams were mediocre. So I don't really think about the injuries when it comes to him. So it has been some time. I think you are very correct on that, or at least you feel like you had a chance with your team to at least be good. I think some of these guys, of course, like Sam Williams, you were hoping to get like a lot more playing time, where you knew that he was going to be part of that rotation, and of course D-Law and how Parsons was having in rotations in general, you're going to have a lot of playing time. And of course, right off the bat, just out for the season, and then one injury after another, and then it just kind of adds on to it. One thing that you're going to see as we point out is that I had a nice overlay set up, but Diggs being injured kind of messed that whole thing up. Let's be real. It's like, how dare you, Diggs, messing up my broadcast and stuff. Let's see. We got, hey, hello, Primetime. Hope things are good. Where's Game Time? He is still having some technical difficulties. I'd imagine here probably in the next 4 or 5 minutes he'll be jumping in here. What's going on, Oscar? Then we got Bobby is here. I hear that he's here. I have not seen. There he is. There he goes. Cowboys still stink. I'll take it. I appreciate it. Oh, Randy's in the house. What's going on, Randy? Twiz, and then of course Clemente. Let's see what he says. Primetime. Off topic. Do you keep up with the crop of young quarterbacks entering the draft, and if so, what quarterback you eyeing the boys may have a chance of drafting in April? Man, I think that's a really good question. I think that's a very good topic we can jump on. Bryan, of course, text me right now. Let's see what he's saying. He's saying you're on your own, I guess. It's going to be one of those nights. But anyways, when I look at the young core, I was looking at some. Okay, I think now he's coming in. I think he just wants to mess with me. I think that's what it is. I think I let him stay there, and I push this broadcast myself, and I'll just leave you waiting right there, Bryan. See, I can't push it. There's a push screen. No, I'll let him in there. But there are some quarterbacks. I want to bring him into this conversation because I think we get excited about this as well. And then I'll be able to switch over. Let's see what happens here. Boom. Game Time is in the house. So I think this is a great topic. Let him do his thing. I think this is really good. It kind of just has him there. I like some of them. I have been on record for the past year or so after that draft last year that this year quarterback class wasn't going to be outstanding. It wasn't going to be great. When I look at Ward, I don't get excited about him. And it has nothing to do with him being a Miami Hurricane. I just don't. I just when I look at Gabriel as well, Dylan Gabriel, I'm a very big fan because of obviously he's a Duck, and I wish him success, but I don't get excited. He reminds me a little bit of Doug Flutie. So I wouldn't really trust my offense in their hands. Maybe I think he's not going to come. I don't think he's going to come out for the draft because I'm hearing that he's possibly going to transfer somewhere else because of money situation. And that's of course Ewer. I would probably I would like that if he fell far enough. Because I think you could possibly build something around him, or he's smart enough to at least to get the offense. I feel like he could be a really good quarterback as well too. But maybe that's just me. Sometimes I see a little bit of talent on somebody that maybe I shouldn't throw that way too. Game Time, how's it going, sir?
What's going on?
There you are. You are. I can hear you.
Yeah. Now, it was a rough day, and then come home, relaxed, and took a shower, and then I turned on the computer. Internet's fine. There's nothing internet-wise, but my monitors, I don't have time to mess with it, but my monitor clear over there is not registering, so my mouse is skipping now around, so I had to reassign the monitor.
I've had that.
It's just ridiculous.
If one monitor goes out, everything goes out, and then I'm hitting corners that I shouldn't be hitting. I don't want to go over to this screen because then I can't get back to these three. If that makes any sense to you.
No,
it makes total sense.
So I'm kind of limited, but we're here. I was just fucking with you. Tina's like, don't do it. I'm like,
I was like, oh, I was kind of I'm like, okay, I guess I'm on my own.
Yeah, baby.
I don't even get to show all these overlays that I made, little dick, I think hey, sweetie, just go ahead and call me. That way I can just go ahead and just have the 2-person thing there. But no, this is the overlay that I started making today, and obviously when I found out about Diggs, I had to stick a big old IR on him, and I was like, this is going to be, one game that you play together. It just, these having these three on the field at the same time, it's just not working out, man. I want to see it. Bland's nice that Bland's back, but without that combo on the other side, man, it's really hard to be anything. And of course we want to be competitive and we always want to be in the games, but obviously I don't want to see our team just get destroyed either.
Yeah. Well, in honor of, we are entering the Christmas season. I wore my Nakatomi Plaza shirt for everybody.
I was gonna, yeah. So I was gonna say,
Die
what's your
Hard
favorite?
is
What's your
a
favorite
Christmas movie?
You're in that debate because I love Die Hard, but I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie, especially Die Hard too.
How dare you.
I mean, but I hear what you're saying.
No.
It may be not a Christmas movie, but I'd much rather watch that at Christmas time than A Christmas Story.
I think it's
I
awesome.
can't see the chat here. Why is that?
I'm not sure. One thing I would like to bring up, but I think Clemente brought up earlier, which I like to bring up. He says off
All I
topic.
see is what you're doing.
He says, "Do you keep you keep up with the young crop of young quarterbacks entering the draft? If so, what quarterback are you eyeing the boys that may have a chance of drafting next April?"
What are you talking about? Yeah, I wanted to get questions for Phil, but that didn't happen. But so, what was the question? I'm sorry.
So he's talking about the quarterback class. I know me and you talked about how we weren't big on these quarterbacks, but if you were to eyeball somebody that's a possibility of them grabbing, who would you be interested in?
Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart was your guy. Yep.
No, that's Randy McIntyre's guy. Randy McIntyre.
I gotta now look at some
in the
film.
chat.
I gotta look at some film.
Yeah, I honestly haven't looked at him. Just looking at his stats, I don't think this was going to be a draft show.
No. He started. That's why he was like, I'm off topic.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fair question.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Man, I don't know where you want to go with this, but let's just. I have to, and I don't know if you watched anything, but I've been very frustrated, man. This organization knows how to kick you when you're down. Mm-hmm. They're not very good in reading the room.
No.
They're not good with reading the room, Phil.
No.
Why would you come out and say, "Oh, we're going to be strapped"? Hey, I want to curse. I want to curse. Hey, jerk. Hey, buddy. We all know. We all have access to over the cap. We know what your financial situation is. Mm-hmm. We know that Dak has already come out, people. Dak has already come out and alluded to the fact that when he signed this deal, that they allowed it to structure so that switches will be flipped, right, Phil? And he's alluding to a piece.
Well, maybe.
Okay,
so is Micah's contract going to be done this offseason? Is it going to are they going to flip switches and then you become tight because you spent all your money?
Micah,
that's my question. Is I know he's talking about what's going to be tight like last this offseason.
I don't even want to have this conversation because
I don't even know what he means.
We're already down, but why would you come out and say that?
He's an idiot.
Stephen Jones, shut up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He shouldn't. He really doesn't have. I was saying it earlier that he didn't play. Did he play? I don't know that he played.
Who, Stephen Jones?
Yeah.
He played college.
Did he? I don't know, man. Maybe I think it's because more he knew somebody.
maybe it's possible, but he technically played.
I just can't see. I just don't see him as an eye of evaluation. Seeing people and going, okay, that's
his
talent.
People skills. Shut up. We're going through a horrendous season. We could debate on where we were going to go regarding
Kick your fans
injury.
while you're down.
I get it. We knew this was going to be a down year, but I still think maybe wild card. 9-10 wins at best. Let's face it. We've blown 2 games.
Well, how much?
Easily be sitting here with fucking 7
maybe they're just
wins.
trying to. A lot of they say is just like they're trying to maybe eat as much of that contract right in the beginning. So that way, it's not the dead money's not as much later on. I don't know. I don't really understand his logic of even talking about it. I think he just shut up.
There you go. They're good. Listen, Randy, Curtis, Vinny,
Randy,
Prime. They're gonna do. Dustin, what's up, man? They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Trust me, we're not gonna sway them. Okay, as sad as that is, just like the damn drones flying over my house, we're not gonna sway the government for keeping their trap shut, right? They're not gonna tell us why they're up there. Why? Because they're the government, and they don't have to tell us shit. We just pay our taxes, we buy our tickets, right? We just show up blindly like sheep. But I'm just very annoyed that Stephen Jones has got to kick us. We're sitting there watching good football teams go to the playoffs, like the Eagles. And I know people hate when I say it, but that's my way of getting it of kicking my team in the
thing about it
cojones.
is, and I think Ultra might have something where he's saying the Dak injury has Jones rethinking twice. But here's the thing: is like if your starting quarterback gets injured, you have problems in general. So if they're trying to throw that under the same thing, I just can't get behind that with them. I mean, he could be totally right. But in their sense, they sometimes that's their problem, is that they try to jump into logics that, you know, they shouldn't. Bobby says, can we get a drone to fly into the Jerry's chopper?
Yeah, well, you know, Wade, you know, he's called for a chopper to go down. I said that's a bit much, but you know, and listen, Ultra, you know, I appreciate you. You know, he's piped in, but at the same time, if we're gonna allow one injury, you should have never freaking signed this, you know, Dak. You know, I think he's going to be fine, people. I think Dak Prescott's going to be fine. He is what he is. They're the ones that jumped the gun and decided to sign him. We've already been down this road to where let's look at the picture now, right? Let's say they didn't sign Dak Prescott and he tore his hamstring off the bone. Who would have all the leverage now?
Well, here's the thing. Every time this Cowboys front office has bet against Dak Prescott, he's actually come through and he's proven them wrong, whether he's, you're going to have to prove it, and then they have to pay more. You're going to have to, we're going to give you this huge-ass contract. Obviously, they're trying to prove a point. I don't know in the sense of not getting him weapons around him. I think that's one of the dumbest things. But really, everything that they do, they go, I'm going to go out there and get Trey Lance just so we can have a bargaining chip to go into the negotiation room. Well, how about you go out with a fourth-round draft pick and get him something of a weapon, like a tight end that's going to counter a little bit of what Jake Ferguson is doing. No, let's do something so I can help me in the negotiating table. No, man, you need to help these guys on the field. And that's where my frustration goes, is that everything is to counter something that they've said or they've done. It's just like, go out there and actually, if you're, you know, and we all have said this over and over again, but if your jobs were actually on the line, it would mean something. But guess what? Right now, your jobs might not be on the line, but your reputation with Cowboy fans is on the line. It's huge.
Marcus?
What you do this offseason says a lot about what you think about us as Cowboy fans. I know this and that. Well, guess what? We want this. We are the guys that actually pay for stuff. We buy the merchandise. We go over there and we cheer them on. We buy their tickets and stuff like that. You don't have that loyalty. So to not do what the fans want you to do just because you think you know better, and then if somebody brings it up, you have this big fit about it. Oh, well, I'll get somebody in there that ask me questions and stuff. Well, yeah, if you want to go over to your retirement home and play bingo on Tuesday nights, then go do it, Jerry. We just want to play football, and we want to watch football that's winning football. And so I think with that,
settle down just a little bit.
I can't settle down, Jerry. That's the thing is you're being a pompous ass, and you need to slap your son up across the head. And
I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
So, you know, I know that can go on a little bit of a rant, but I just think you have to start doing stuff to help this team. Like, okay, you got to hit these switches like you're trying to compete for a Super Bowl. Like you go, okay, we're five. Like, let's be real, man. These guys are like 5 to 7 players away from being an extremely competitive team. Yeah, we could all start pointing out positions and stuff that we could have, but obviously we need the injuries to obviously be there too. But you can't be scared of that just because you invest in a guy and then injuries happen. Well, we point out more shit with, hey, Jalen Smith didn't have any freaking nerve feelings and stuff like that, and you invested all this shit into him. That was stupid. Now, somebody getting a big contract and then getting injured, that's just shit. That's just life, That's just stuff that happens, You can't predict that stuff. So the fact that you're trying to predict and counter and do all this stuff, you can't do that, man. We all love Overshown, but as much as we love him, he's a possibility of a Sean Lee type of situation happening, and it's unfortunate, but, I love his heart.
Now's not the time, right? Now's not the time to crap on players. Yeah. Just I want people to understand something. When I praise a player, or I assume like when Phil praises a player, that doesn't mean that he's perfect. Okay, so again, as much as I love Overshown, he's been known to miss a gap or two, and I'm only saying that to say it's not any one player. Overshone and Micah excite me going forward, but Overshone has a way to go. This was literally his first year playing ball, and he missed some gaps. He would risk, and he would give up some runs just because. Now, you would all see the flash behind the line of scrimmage, but my heart goes out to Overshone because we need him on this football team, not only because of his play, but what he means already as a young player in that locker room. He's an unbelievable player, man. He's an unbelievable person. You need those people. Eagles talk about guys like Brandon Graham. You talk Jason Kelsey on a quieter note, but Brandon Graham is that voice in the locker room, right? He's that guy. I remember Troy Vincent was that guy back in the day for the Eagles. Brian Dawkins. Now, he was more bolsterous, but you need those guys. I feel bad for Overshone, but he can get better people. He wasn't a finished product. So I'm kind of excited to see Leofau, but I wanted to get to something, Phil. I know we were going to get to the games, but there's been something that's really bothering me. And this goes back to the beginning of the season. Remember when I said, or we both said, that, coaches on one-year deals doesn't work, and there's something happening this week that I absolutely despise, and it's only because McCarthy doesn't want to go with the rookie. They are going to start Chuma Edoga at left tackle, Phil. Now, listen, we know that Guyton has struggled. He has a lot of injuries, but from what we're hearing, the injuries should not be keeping him from playing. They're basically benching him. Not they, McCarthy, because McCarthy's trying to win every game possible. And I kind of think at this point we need to see, for the final 3 games, Tyler Guyton play left tackle. This is instead of waiting until training camp. What better time than now? You're going to be playing the Eagles, who are going to the playoffs. You're going to be playing the Commandos that are going to the playoffs. Why are we sitting? All because we have a lame duck head coach fighting for every win and being defiant. Am I wrong on that, Phil? Or what's your opinion on Guyton sitting?
I don't like Guyton sitting. I would even put him at right tackle, or I would do everything except for I need him playing. Like, it's just I just need him getting reps. I need him playing. I think that's the best way I can say it. I need him to make mistakes. I need him to figure it out that he's making mistakes. I think you've hit the nail on the head right there, man. He's trying to win games because his whole situation, and instead of going, okay, if we signed him for later, he would probably put Guyton in there knowing, all right, I got to get this guy ready for the next following season at least.
I heard Clarence Hill today, Ultra. He was on a podcast, and Clarence Hill said that he's good. He's basically been benched, and the reason why they're playing Guyton is because McCarthy's being stubborn. He wants to win every game. He doesn't have the backing of the front office, so he's not playing ball. Just like Mingo. Everybody's crapping on Mingo. Mingo hasn't had that much of an opportunity to do anything.
Well, he doesn't have a good quarterback throwing to him. Let's be real.
And that too.
If you have a good quarterback throwing to you, it's a lot different. I mean, he has to. Yeah, the ball's not there, man. It was there for like a moment, but he's not. By the time he gets the ball, the coverage has gotten back to him. So I have seen some separation. I mean, it hasn't been crazy. He's not like an Amari Cooper type of thing where he's just juking people left and right. But I just know that balls haven't been great.
Hill either, Ultra. I'm just telling you, he is piped in.
People get dumber listening to that.
Yeah, I don't like Clarence Hill, but he's
I'm interested to see once we get his off season, Guyton as well with an off season. I think just lifting weights, getting that whole program as well. That's why I don't worry about too much what's going on here, because I need to know what's going on with Zach Martin next year. It's kind of one of those situations. Is like if he moves on, I'm not worried about it because I really like a lot of the situation that we have going on. Obviously, the battle between Hoffman and not Guyton, but Beebe, I think that's amazing. That's an awesome thing to have. You have other guys like that's Bass that comes in and just does his thing when he goes in at guard. But there's other people in the mix as well too. Don't forget Nathan Thomas, right? Nathan Thomas for the tackle. So he's a young talent that I've heard some really good things about, even in the practice squad. So I did like some of that stuff more than Josh Ball and all of them. And guess what? He didn't get injured, as quickly as well, right? So I think they have a lot of potential on this offensive line. Would we like to add somebody in free agency? Hell yeah, man, right? You would love to at least.
Here's the deal, Phil. As far as I'm concerned, I don't even care.
Well, come on. Josh Ball, Matt Walesko. Get the fuck out of here. Let's get some guys.
Yeah, I just don't want you. Well, listen, people, we're going to have 30 free agents. We're going to be signing free agents. You got to fill out your roster. I just don't like
Curtis, don't get me started, man.
I just don't like the Stephen Jones kicking us while we're down. Just shut up right now, bro. I understand that you're not going to change your philosophy. Just stop.
You can't get everything. You cannot get everything you need out of a draft or being it's going to be tight and stuff like that. You can't.
Especially with a team who's not hitting lately in the last couple. I mean, listen, I'm not saying we haven't drafted good players.
Yes, Randy. See, that's what I'm saying.
We have not hit.
Where are you going to get those? And you can't get every 6 starter. He said, give me 6 starters and we can win again. And that I definitely agree. With what we have, a lot of what we have, plucking here and there, getting rid of people, and to make room for these guys. Hell yeah.
Dude, that's a...
So to me,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have an amazing roster right there. I love that line. I do love that line.
Baby.
So if you were to get rid of Ball and Walesko, maybe you keep Walesko. If you're gonna keep one of the two, I guess Walesko more than Ball. Get Ball out of here. Get him. Get another body in here. Get Chuma Edoga out of here. Get another body in there. If you give me replacement for those two, give me some 2 defensive tackles. Give me 2 linebackers. Give me, that's what I'm saying.
Utah.
A wide receiver. I told you 2-2-2, man. This is, I need a number 2 receiver. I may not need 2 receivers, but I need a number 2. Tell me who number 2
Nobody
works
knows
for.
Where I went with that.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
Utah, give me 2. Oh, sorry, let me know in the chat if you know what movie that's from. I'm sorry. It's only coffee too, by the way. Ultra, he had said, and I agree. 2025. Guyton, Smith, Beebe, Hoffman, Steele.
And I don't even mind if you switch Hoffman and Beebe there at all, man. Like, I don't mind if you put Hoffman at center and Beebe at guard. I don't give a shit.
It's nice knowing that you have it,
Yeah.
And we'll see. This is where Beebe's out tomorrow, so I think it'll be good to see. You'll be able to have Hoffman.
I think Steele is the only one that's not a guarantee.
Because it's only a concussion, but playing the center position,
David Cowboy
is brutal.
David Cowboy, we don't think he is, but he's going to get it. I mean, he's going to one of those things. By the time you get that, he's not getting that off the salary cap. With salary cap and all that kind of stuff. Hold on. What happened here? Why didn't?
And I keep having to scroll down. This is acting weird for me tonight. I don't know. Not you, it's me. What's the matter, bro? I'll get to the chat while you're doing that. Luther Burden, wide receiver number 2. Man. I love it. That's Randy McIntyre's guy. I like him.
I gotta I have to adjust some stuff here.
What's up, Drew? Dustin Bosley, maybe Steele back. I tell you, Dustin Steele's played well the last 4 games. I'm just saying. I know. Listen. We can't be critical and then not be honest, right?
Yeah, but these are all games that we talked about how they're going to win these games. And let's be real. Like, he hasn't gone against some great competition. I don't know, man. I like Steele, but I don't like him for the price that he has. Like, that is a ridiculous amount, man. If he takes a big-ass pay cut, then, you're more than welcome to come back. But, no, man, post-June 1st, I get rid of his ass.
I mean, all right, so you would get rid of Steele and then
put Guyton over.
Put Guyton over there, and then
Tyler Smith.
Richards a left tackle.
I put Tyler Smith over there, and then I would bring in either Bass or.
Well, It's debatable, but I like Akeem Richards. I thought he really did well, but I think they're going to go with Guyton. But yeah, I don't know that. I just think Steele has been playing better. So we'll see. That's all. That's for the offseason. But Wild Boy Trey says CeeDee Lamb, Luther Burden, or get McMillan. McMillan's going to go.
That'd be awesome.
Top 7, and Dak will be MVP
But if
next
you
season.
never know with the slipping of it, with what teams made value, what obviously like wide receiver like that should go up there, but you never know, man. You never know who will flash what. What video may come out by that point. It's still New Year's. He can still do something stupid in the New Year's and to drop the little, be the new Randy Moss that we don't pass on this time.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. If Steele doesn't take a pay cut,
Ultra says I like Burton more than McMillan. I don't know, man. Like I like Burton, but I don't know. I just think that size-wise, eventually it has to do with it. If you can't get separation, you at least need somebody with a bigger body. We already have that small guys. We need a big
Burton,
body.
But I would go McMillan and Burton. But I think Burton's more explosive. Burton he's Steve Smith to me, with probably more explosiveness. But
Steve Smith had that dog in him.
Yeah, McMillan. Vinny, that's kind of how I like. But McMillan, like when you watch him, he just doesn't drop a ball. He goes and attacks the ball. Now he's not that necessarily fast, but he's just a beast.
That's a pretty good analogy.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
what I was saying. Ultra, I would like, to me, more risk is McMillan, and he's going to go early, so that's good. So,
Yeah, but I need somebody big. I need a DJ Metcalf. I need somebody to at least have potential to be
Vinny, right?
something. Like if I can throw him, he'll break some tackles. I don't know, man.
Chocolates.
I need a bigger body because our guys haven't been getting separation. So,
yeah.
I just would love to have a number two like that.
Way, they're both.
You would have CD and him would complement each other very well. I just think they would. But it's hard to say Burden wouldn't either. I mean, I would be happy with that too. Who's to say that? That's why I say if you can get. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt in that sense.
No,
but
you're good.
If you can get in free agency the meat and potatoes, then you can get the flashy in the draft, and then that we're invested into it. But you got to spend that, man. And
you guys keep throwing good names out here.
We're not going to go. It's going to be really tight and stuff like that. Just talk. Yes, I agree. Mason Graham is going to be a stud.
That's what I'm saying.
That's your Michigan guy that you make an exception for.
Yeah. Again, he's not. They run a different scheme than they ran before. So it's not the same scheme as Mozzie. He comes in and he's relaxed, people. He's probably not coming to Dallas, so I could say this and not get trolled. He's like Dexter Lawrence.
I would love Dexter Lawrence.
That's what we're talking about when you get a player like
But Dexter
Mason
Lawrence
Graham.
is a sign already to a big deal, right?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, that's what
curious.
you're going to expect. Not necessarily quite Dexter Lawrence, but that's the player you're getting. You're getting a guy who could give you...
I just need somebody to disrupt some shit,
Yeah, he's going to disrupt.
Yeah.
And
Ultra points it out, and I think that's a big thing. It's like if you are already considered a top five,
Ultra, maybe.
Then...
Maybe not.
He may not be, but that doesn't mean he's not worthy of a top five, Because it might be quarterbacks and all that stuff, but he might be worthy of a top five, and I think that's where you have to pull the trigger on that talent. You don't drop back to do any kind of future shit. You get a guy like that and you draft him. You go out there and you find that effing dog. Sorry.
So who has a better chance to slide to 12?
Genty.
And don't tell me none of them. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that one of them is going to slide to 12. Just knowing how the recent drafts have gone, Abdul Carter, Ashton Genty, or Mason Graham, which one has the best chance to slide to 12? Knowing what teams want in the top 10.
Genty.
You think Genty slides?
Yeah. Out of those three,
I
yes, I think
Mason Graham can slide.
No.
I do because
well, okay, let's think about that. Like
just look at recent
Carolina.
drafts.
Think
Look at
about
what
Carolina.
happened
What's
last year
Carolina
with Jared
taking?
Verse.
What's Carolina taking? I think Carolina. I don't think he gets past Carolina in the second pick. Almost,
Carolina's going to want a playmaker. They're going to want McMillan.
Well, they already got the LSU wide receiver last year. They need some strength in that defense, man.
Or they need.
They got the LSU wide receiver Bryan Thomas, I think. Yeah.
No, Bryan Thomas went to Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. That's what I was talking about. Jacksonville. Sorry, I was talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh no, I'm talking about the
that's
Panthers.
Where the Panthers. Oh, okay. You're talking about them needing a wide receiver. Okay. Yeah.
No, you said Panthers. I just answered your question. So if you're saying Jacksonville, then yeah, Mason Graham.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's top
I'm not
five.
Looking at the teams.
That's top five kind of thing, Yeah, Carter might go to Carolina. I think they would take a defensive guy. I really think they would.
I'm just saying, like, if you had it. Like, if you could pick one guy to slide, okay, who would more likely slide? Is it an edge rusher? Everybody wants the next Micah Parsons. Abdul Carter's not sliding to us unless something happens or there's a gas mask video.
I would say running back. I would have to say running back because if you start looking at these
Ashton
guys,
Jeanty could slide,
but if you start looking at all these guys, I mean, they
I
could
could
all
see
have
that
running backs.
because there's a lot of running backs. Running back is the strongest.
The Patriots
position
have
in the
Stevenson, right? Maybe
again, you gotta just pick.
Yeah, but they've got the first pick. They got the first pick of the draft if they were to go right now. You know what I'm saying? So Panthers.
Well, they're gonna trade down and stock up.
Sorry, the Raiders had that. My bad. Raiders and then New York. So
the
Raiders.
Looking at that.
The Raiders will get quarterback, right? Raiders will get quarterback.
Raiders want a quarterback, but there's only 2, maybe 3. All right.
I mean, New York. Would New York go quarterback, or would you think they go hunt? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with
there's a lot.
We need a number 2 wide receiver. I think we
got
to come out of this with a number 2 wide receiver.
Thank you. That's what I'm on board on. As much as I love Genty.
I love all these guys.
Yes.
If you can get me McMillan,
trade back and get me a guy. But if you got a guy like McMillan that drops to you, yes, you grab him in a heartbeat.
Fuck it. Go up and get him. No, I'm joking.
Trade your fourth. Trade it with the fourth, and you'll get a. Oh no, never mind. Forget it. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. I think it's
exciting, but it's also frustrating because our team's going to go out and win tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're going to win tomorrow, Ultra. You know they are. Come on now. I don't care. Digs, no digs. They're going to find a way to win tomorrow. I can smell it, which is why I needed the loss last week. So anyway, if the Cowboys trade Burden, if the Cowboys drafted Burden in round 1, Marion Hampton.
Oh, the running back from Hampton. North Carolina.
I also like.
North Carolina.
What's the other guy?
I like the guy from Ohio State. It's not bad.
Well, not Judkins. The other guy. I gotta pull up my draft stuff.
Is he a top one?
Yeah. Running back, third. I think he's the third best. Johnson, that's it. Johnson.
Caleb Johnson?
Yes, Caleb Johnson. I like Caleb Johnson, so I'm good with that. You know what? Let me pull it up. Well, I'll wait for another day. But
yes, I would agree as well. Hampton is better than Judkins. I just like how Judkins breaks tackles. I do. Well,
you kind of bring back Rico.
If the price is right, I think you could definitely bring him back. But
Rico or Marion, I would say that too. Caleb Johnson, I like both of them. Caleb Johnson's a little bit bigger, I believe. I want to say he's 6. I think he's a bigger guy, like 6'2". Let me see here, just real quick while we're at it here.
Yeah, we kind of went on a different direction with this. That's okay. I'm okay with it.
No, I'm sorry.
No, we're good.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, and I agree that Rico Dowdle and a rookie running back would make Jackson. Yeah, heck yeah, man. That's why it's like I feel 2 running backs. You get one in free agency, and then you would get one in the draft. I mean, then that free agency one would most likely be your third running back.
Yeah, listen. the running back room is huge. I mean, it's the biggest position.
Yeah.
So we could get that. Like, we can stop talking draft. We can get to that another time. But yeah, I don't really want Genti first, just because how deep it is. But I said that last year, and they didn't draft one. So, you know what I mean. I was like, you don't have to go out and get this guy, and they never drafted one. So, but anyway, yeah, it's just. Yeah, draft 2 running backs. Yeah. Well, everybody's upset that we don't have a fourth, but they forget that we have 4 5s.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of fifths. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of depth in there.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Rico Dowdle and rookie running back would make Dak's job much easier. Well, it's gonna be a low-scoring battle tomorrow, but we'll talk about the game. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go around the league and pick these games, Phil?
Let's go ahead and do that, man. I know we haven't talked, and then we can
Damn.
talk about the game and stuff like that here a little bit. So.
All right, let me pull up my thing here.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Let me
whip this out.
Pull it up. Let me whip this out.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Okay. So I did not change my pick for the Rams and 49ers, and I was rewarded with a 6-point win. Whee!
Yeah, you won. I lost. I lost it. Cleveland Browns hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Cleveland Browns hosting the Chiefs.
Oh my God, get out of here! Don't screw with that. Okay, so when I look at these two teams, Can
the
Jameis
Browns
Winston
are a 4-point underdog at home?
Yeah, I think the Browns could win it. Jameis Winston could always turn it on against good teams. It's like a Derek Carr effect. You know, you don't know which one is going to come out, the weird, goofy Winston or the, hey, man, this guy's a contender. He could be a starting franchise quarterback, and then he does something stupid the next game. That's always a possibility, and I think that's the only thing that gives them that chance to win. Otherwise, I got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs continuing to their winning ways. Or I guess starting to win.
Yeah. I ain't gonna pick the
Browns.
The Cleveland Browns.
Browns.
And this is the game they may win, but that's
exactly.
They're just a train wreck. So I agree with you there. Tennessee Titans 3-10. Again, let's go back to the records. Browns 3-10 versus the Chiefs 12-1. You know, you got the Niners now that are 6-8. Jesus, that's what I said. We can't afford this game no more. But Tennessee.
By this point, we're hoping you need one of them to win. You might as well be the Bengals because that's the only chance you got to surpass anybody in the draft now.
Yes. Versus the Bengals. Give me the Bengals. Yes,
I got the Bengals
Bengals
as well. I got the Bengals as well.
All right.
Do I really need
Moving
to
on to the
explain
next game. This is another crap show, but we actually are rooting for New Orleans, but it's not going to happen. New Orleans is 5-8 hosting the Washington Commanders.
Yeah. Hopefully the Saints team that all of a sudden turns it on, has got good defense and can score from moment anywhere on the field, all of a sudden shows tomorrow. And if any place that they're going to do it, they would do it in their home stadium. So go Saints, and hopefully you do get that victory. But otherwise, if I have to put money on it, I would say Washington wins this game, and probably convincingly.
Yeah, Saints don't have their first or second string quarterback, supposedly. So they're going with I don't know.
Oh,
they're
okay.
going
That'd be nice, Randy.
They're going with, let's see here. I'll give you who they're going with. They're going with some guy I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who they're. If you know in the comments who the quarterback of the Saints is tomorrow. But I'm going to take the Commandos to win this game. Easily, actually. So I think Commanders go in and win. Go to 9-5. Brings up the 2-11 Giants hosting the 8-5 Ravens. It doesn't really matter to us. So other than you don't want Giants to get in the top 2 necessarily and have to deal with one of the 2 top quarterbacks, in my opinion.
Might as well just load it up, right? Let's load up this division. The Giants, man, this could be the Super Bowl. I don't see them having a chance in this game. Yeah, exactly. I say 3 touchdowns, and I only think the only
I'm
way.
off the Giants.
I think the only reason why is because maybe Lamar gets a little bit too relaxed and starts throwing some interceptions. But I still, even with those interceptions, I think the Ravens still win that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. This is handshakes at halftime. I think Ravens win.
You're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, there's no chance. It's over. We'll skip over the Dallas game. We'll go to the 3-10. This is a theme, people. The 3-10 Jaguars hosting the 3-10 Jets.
What? How is the league even working this way? I don't even understand. When
Dude,
we're
there's
bad,
a lot
this is
of
when
bad teams.
there's a lot of bad teams. When we bad, that we can't even be bad. Like everybody's worse than us. Like they're man. Like we even suck at them.
So you tell me there's a chance. Yes.
This is gonna be a very bad football game. Let's be real, man. They could turn it up. It could be 40 on each side, but does that make it a good game? I mean, it could be sloppy as shit. But then again, these two teams could be like the game the other night where it's only 3-3 by halftime. Man, which teams are gonna show up? Is Lawrence even playing, or is he concussed out? Even if Rodgers is playing, is he truly ever playing? He kind of looks off of it. If I had to choose between the two, I'm just going to say Jets just because less injuries. I don't know, man.
Dude, I don't know. Give me the Jets. Just because. Give me the Jets.
Gotta pick one.
I don't know.
They'll probably tie. Make us wrong.
Who the hell knows, man? Who are you taking?
I got the Jets. I think the Jets win.
It's all right. Then I'm gonna have to go with the Jags.
Dude,
We're gonna go with the
why
Jags.
you're behind.
I don't even care. I'm just having fun with it. All right,
Says
moving
no
on.
Bryce Hall.
The next, Breeze is actually playing. I heard. No, now he's not. Okay, I saw earlier he was, but Houston Texans, the 8-5 Texans with the East Side. I mean, if anybody knows if East Side Harold is still.
This team should be better than that, man. They are underperforming. Yeah, they're
Okay,
8-5, and they're in a winning record. Good for them, yes. But man, this team should be way better, man. They are limping, exactly. They are limping into a playoffs where there is a lot of teams looking really good right now. And I know you just need to get in in it to win it, but man, I think you're getting in it to win it is going to get out very quickly and have to figure out what you're going to do in the draft because you're going to be drafting in that 20-something range.
Yeah, they're going up against the 6-7 Dolphins.
I'd say the Dolphins could have a chance. I mean, you never know with how they've been playing, but I would think Texans. I would say Texans.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Dolphins. I expected more. I'm actually obviously for, we want the Dolphins to win because just remember Dallas' strength of schedule will push them to the bottom of any list. Dallas has the hardest strength of schedule out of all these teams. So if we tie, that's what's frustrating, Phil. If we tie with New Orleans or any team that we lost to, we lose the tiebreaker because of our strength of schedule. It's not a head-to-head when it comes to the draft.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was a head-to-head thing.
Yeah, so, Randy, that sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for the Dolphins here. I'm rooting for the Dolphins. So I'm going to just pick them. There you go. I need them. We need the Dolphins to get to 7 wins and finish ahead of us.
In there.
Moving along, we got the 8-5 Denver Broncos against another team that we need to win for the Cowboys, the 6-7 Indianapolis Colts. Bo Nix, what's going on, man?
Hold on, I got my brother's calling. Let's embarrass him. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, just doing a broadcast.
What's that? Is that the one who got married?
Yeah, that's the one. He's raving. Looks like he's raving.
Nice.
What's going on?
Go deep.
Woo.
What's that? What's going on?
Barely see him.
How's it feel to be married, man?
How's it feel to be married?
Oh, dude, it feels great.
Feels great, he says. He knows he's being recorded. He knows he's being recorded.
Hold on. You can tell this is early in the marriage because
I'll give you a call in a little while.
Seldom. If somebody asked me that, I was like, yeah, man. Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's nice. I'm playing. She's snoring, so it doesn't matter. I can get away with it. But Anyway,
Yes.
Denver Broncos hosting the Indianapolis Colts.
Now I think this is gonna be a battle. I don't know if it's gonna be a defensive battle. I don't know if it's gonna be an offensive battle. But it's gonna be a battle. I like the two matchups.
You've been hard on your boy, man.
Yeah, I have. I know.
Come
I know.
on, dude. Show him love. He's
I do.
killing
I
it.
actually did pick.
He's the best
rookie quarterback.
this year.
He's the best rookie quarterback. Yes.
Yes, you called it in the draft.
Yes,
too.
I
You were
did.
giving him love, and then you backed off him. And you're
because
shitting on
everybody
him
else
every week.
everybody else starts jumping on the bandwagon. I don't like to be part
Dude,
of
you're
that.
an ex-Oregon quarterback, though. You don't jump off.
No, I don't. I'm gonna go Denver in this matchup just because again,
You
look at the
better.
two. Yeah, exactly. I better.
gonna get a
Apparently, I
hold
better.
of Bo.
This son of a gun.
This fucking guy. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you. This is a sneaky game, though. Again, this is a sneaky game.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good matchup. I'm telling you, it's a good matchup.
It is a good matchup. It is like it's 91-9 as far as what the public are pick. This is obviously with no line people, but the Colts are playing good ball.
They are. Their record doesn't show that, but I mean, with everybody else and how everybody else seems to be 3-10, that actually is a pretty good record.
Yeah. All right, moving along to the Super Bowl. Oh wait, no, I can't get
This
that.
is a pretty good matchup. This
could be the Super Bowl matchup, right? Could be. Detroit 12-1 hosting the 10-3 Bills. Phil?
Man, I think the thing that you have in the Super Bowl that you don't have here in this matchup is that a neutral site. Right now, the Detroit Lions will be the home team, that loud stadium. I would give that matchup just because I think Detroit as a team is playing better. When you see Buffalo, I think when I look at that team, I think Josh Allen is playing amazingly. But that's it. That's where I stop. Yes, it takes a whole team, but really he is getting everybody involved. So, yes, it is a team thing. But when you see it, mostly it all has to do with him. And if he's not on it, they're not going through. So I got to say between it all, I have to say there's more continuity between the Lions. And so I got to give them this matchup, even with the home thing, gives them that advantage. But I think this also, with them playing well together, I think that also gives them the advantage to at least get off ahead 2 touchdowns before Buffalo gets into the game.
Yeah, I think Lions are getting back some of their players too. Lions have been really beat up, so they're supposedly I expect the Lions to win this game. Buffalo's going to win back-to-back close games, but Buffalo's going to be fine. I think more importantly, just come out of this game healthy. Detroit is at home versus the Bills. Big game. Eagles are home versus the Steelers.
That's another one. Those are 2 playoff teams as well, man. They're both.
Eagles need to pass though. Eagles can't tie Detroit, so this will be a good
matchup.
Day. If Eagles win and Detroit loses,
got Joey
that'll
Porter,
be good.
all them. Yeah, this is a good passing secondary.
I'm not going to pick that.
No.
So we're going to go with the Lions there. Moving on to the Eagles, 11-2 Eagles versus the 10-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot better matchup than we might have thought. Probably the hardest game left on the Eagles' schedule. What says you?
I think the best thing about this Eagles right now is the running game. Obviously, the running game is amazing. That right there, if you can get the running game going, you're automatically eliminating the best part of that defense, which I think has everything to do with the pass. You got you got Joey Porter Jr. doing his thing. You got a great pass rusher in Watt that can just wreak havoc around your backfield. So if you're going to try to get your offensive going passing wise, you are not trying to do it. You're not trying to do it this week. This is not the week to do it. If you can, that's amazing, and I think that says a lot about it. But to me, the running game should be the main focus because you're automatically eliminating guys like Watt and Joey Porter and all those guys that can make plays. But I think your defense can keep you in the game because again, their offense. Russell Wilson, I think, is hit and miss.
Pickens is out tomorrow,
too.
So
Pickens is out. I think he's just a little bitch.
I have on my fantasy team. That's why I know.
Yeah, but if I had to pick between the two right now, I got to go Eagles with this matchup. I think they're playing better football. I think it's just a better football team.
Yeah, I agree. Travis Hunter just won the Heisman Trophy. I'm watching it live. So shout out to Travis Hunter. Deion's there.
Good for him. Yeah, I think he definitely does deserve it. I mean, he's a two-way player.
That Oregon quarterback is small, man.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I think that's a team. I don't get me wrong. He definitely leads that team. He's good. He's reading that defenses. He's doing
like
really
the
well.
Baker Mayfield of the Ducks. Yeah.
That's a pretty good.
I'm going to go the Eagles. I don't think this is particularly close either. Steelers don't have Pickens. Steelers' run game is not the best. It's overrated. Their defense is okay. I think Eagles win double digits, 10-14. Yeah, I'm not going to give you a final score, but I'll say Eagles double digits. I think it's a good day, and everybody's really excited after the game. So that's what I would say. Moving on to the 425 or the wow,
the 4:30.
All the good games are 4 o'clock. That sucks.
Yeah. Does it? Is it 4? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you figure. You got the Bronco game 4, the Detroit game is at 4, the Eagles game is at 4.
I didn't realize that was. Wow. It is.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, Vinny. You know who I'm rooting for, but Eagles, I have to keep it real. Now, I don't really like the Steelers either, so I could care less. But anyway, Arizona, the 6-7 Cardinals, we need them to win tomorrow, people, are hosting the 3-10 Patriots.
Yeah, this I gotta go Cardinals. I can't. I mean, yeah, Patriots could do some damage and be in the game, but I think even in the end, even if they are as a close game, if I got to put an offense out there to actually drive and win a game, I'm gonna probably put my money more on Carolina being able to do that than what the Patriots are doing. Not to say that they can't find a nut out of anywhere, like that blind squirrel does. But I think when I look at these two, I think they're just a better team over there in Carolina. To me, they're definitely closer to being a contender than what the Patriots are.
Yeah, I agree with you. Give me the Cardinals tomorrow. They get back to 500. I think they're a good team. They just haven't played like it. Yeah. Next game is a sneaky good game, and I'll tell you,
this could go either way. You could pick either team. I think you could be fine either way.
Chargers, 8-5 Chargers, hosting the 7-6 Buccaneers.
Yeah,
what you got, man?
When I look at these two teams, man, I think you definitely hit it. These are very similar teams. They got good quarterbacks that could do bad things at times. But for the most part, do better things. I think Baker Mayfield is a little bit more gambly, a little bit Brett Favre-ish, where he's he'll be willing to just throw it into spots that he shouldn't. I think Herbert a little bit more precisive about. Hold on, 1 second. Sorry about that. All right,
no, you're good. What's up?
Getting an echo in my ear. Okay. So when I look at these two, I get the coaching. I got to give it more to the Chargers. I think that's how you start going down this list. Oh, the quarterback, I got to go a little bit more Chargers. Just because he's not willing to put his defense in a bad state all the time. You got a little bit more running game with the Chargers. Even though I do like the running backs a little bit more with Tampa Bay, I think the Chargers tend to run a little bit better and complementing their offense a little bit more. Defense-wise, I love Vita Vea. I'm a big Vita Vea fan. I would be all about trading picks to try to get him and everything. He's in the later part of his career. I don't give a shit. I would take a guy like that. But when you look at it, it only goes so far in that defense, man. The defense isn't the same defense as it's been playing for years before that. So when I got to look at these two, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers only go as far as Baker Mayfield takes them, and I don't think he'll show up for this game, so I got to go Chargers.
Yeah, I'm going to go opposite you. Lad McConkey is probably not going to play. He's emerged as their best receiver. I think it'll be a really good game. I don't really know the health of Tampa, but I'm rooting for Tampa too for obvious reasons. Get that record up a little bit. I think Tampa has a lot of weapons. I don't know why they're 7-6. They just are hot and cold. I expect them to be hot. And we're going to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks tomorrow. That brings up the the 20 Sunday night game. This is another good game. Seattle Seahawks, the 8-5, looking to win the NFC West if they keep on this pace versus the Green Bay Packers at 9-4.
I had to look at this game for a while because I did not know
where you're gonna go with this.
I did not know which way to go. I think
exactly, Randy.
I think if any of these two teams can improve, I think Green Bay has that little bit of extraness that they can. Their quarterback, to me, hasn't been playing outstanding. His stats have been saying otherwise, but when you look at it, I think that's what that can improve, is that part of that team, and with that, I think that team is a little bit more dangerous if you think about it, because right now they're 9-4, man, and playing not the greatest football. Let's be real. But their coaching is keeping them in games. They're definitely putting them in situations. Sometimes they do some dumb shit, but their defense bails them out. Let's be real, man. So I got to give them credit on that, and that's why I got to go Green Bay on that until that defense can't help and bail out what Love is doing.
Yeah, I want to take Seattle here big time. I do. I think the 12th man, I think Seattle has a shot, but the fact that Kenneth Walker is doubtful, that's really scaring me as far as taking Seattle. I know Zach Charbonnet has been running better, but there's
I got to give credit that too.
Yeah, in my opinion, I don't believe it's going to be enough. I think that the Packers win the game. So I do believe the Packers win. I'll be rooting for Seattle. I'm not a big Packer fan, so root for Seattle. Yeah, I just wouldn't mind seeing them win the division. So yeah, and that brings us to our one of two Monday night games. One of two. The Minnesota Vikings, the 11-2 Vikings, host the 4-9 Chicago Bears. Phil, who do you like?
Well, all things point that says Vikings should kind of run away with this one, but these are the type of games that Chicago could stay in there and actually be something. But I think if anything is proven this year is that games you expect them to kind of stay into, they do not show up for. Will that be one of these Monday night primetime games? They've had a couple of those where they have not shown up. I'd probably put my money more on Chicago not showing up than Vikings all of a sudden slipping the Cinderella story. I just feel at some point, yes, Vikings are going to crumble, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be against the Chicago Bears. But it can be proven wrong. But I think if that happens, it's just because Chicago got lucky in a lot of situations.
Chicago. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to take the Vikings here. I think Chicago plays good.
Hopefully
for
they
three
play
quarters
good.
and lose the game. I think that's how it's going to go. It's probably better for Chicago. I think Chicago's future is bright. Yep. I like their quarterback. He's impressed me. So I'll go Vikings as well to keep it going. The coach had came out and said Sam Darnold is that guy. So, hey, Sam Darnold might be that quarterback going forward. So, and McCarthy's going to have to fight his way back. You remember, McCarthy's coming back from a knee injury. So he's got a long way to go to compete with Sam Darnold. Don't forget, we got Danny Dimes in the wings in case something goes down. So, but yeah, give me the Vikings. And this sets up our last game. Before we get to the Cowboy game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders, the 2-11 Raiders versus the 6-7 Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, do I have to say much about the Raiders? I mean, they look bad.
Raiders.
They look really, really bad. And then the one little hope that they did have by quarterbacks, they just keep getting knocked out. So, I don't know. I think Atlanta should win this unless somehow Cousins goes crazy. Or is Cousins playing? Either that or even if their backup comes in, I think Atlanta has a bait.
Saying. Why is he playing? That's what they're saying. Why is he playing?
I think they have a chance, right? I mean, they always have a chance of getting into that playoffs because that division right now and how it is. But they're like 2 games back, so if they win this, they could definitely be in it. I think they win this just because I think that's how bad the Raiders are. I don't think Atlanta is as good as they should be, but I don't think they're as bad as the Raiders either. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons. I just think that's it's That's who I would pick. So we'll go with the Falcones. So.
Yeah, so that brings us to our game of the week right here, right? Of course.
Yes, indeed. We're all just excited to no end. Still, I haven't done nothing. I don't know if I should even stream it tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, and
I
I
don't feel like it.
I don't blame you. This is one of
Don't
those.
feel like
this is
it.
one of those games. Like even in the beginning of the season, I wasn't excited about this game. As these two teams, as we battle injuries, let's be real, man. I don't like getting a lot of our stars out there that should be. Like I don't like CeeDee Lamb being out there. I don't. Those things do make me nervous. But having your younger guys, obviously I'm always for them, getting them reps as well too. I think the Panthers have been playing better football. I think everybody can agree on that. They've looked better. They've had a more of a threat. I think the Cowboys. Right now we're having some issues in the sense, of course, with guys being out. Overshown's out. Diggs now being out. These are going to eventually pile up. I just don't think that. Even with all that pileup of injuries, I just don't think we're as bad as the Panthers. Even with Cooper Rush, I know we can't score more than 20 points in a game, but that's why I think the game is going to win by the Cowboys by 3 points, and the game is probably going to be a 17-14 game. And just because I don't think Carolina can do as much against our team, I think if they do score, it's going to be real rapid, quick, boom, all of a sudden a blown coverage by Booth or something like that. But otherwise, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, man.
Yeah, this is, this is the one thing. I don't know where my team's psyche stands following that game. Just looking at the players, and supposedly the locker room has been kind of dead all week. Now, Diggs being out, you would think. But let's just let everybody understand how bad Carolina is. They have the 32nd ranked run defense. They run the ball good, but I think that our run defense has been a lot better as of late.
I definitely think the brighter part of our team right now is our defense compared to our offense. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
but that's why I think just even with that, I mean, Carolina's pretty bad. I think they scored 2 touchdowns still with us against us.
Yeah. This is a tough one for me, Phil, because what I really want to do is just to close my eyes and just watch the real games, the people, teams that are going to the playoffs. Honestly, I don't want to watch the Cowboys because if people get hurt every week, it's like it's a mash. I'm gonna watch it. And I'll probably stream it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something I'm dying to do. I just want to kind of get through these games with this team. That's why I want to see Guyton out there if he's healthy. I want to see our young guys. I think we're going to get a touchdown like Turpin or something like that, or a defensive touchdown. We're going to get a quick score, and I think we're going to score another touchdown, and then get like 3 field goals. I see 1 offensive touchdown, 1 defense/special teams, and a few field goals. Panthers run the ball really well. They have Adam Thielen, who can work the middle of the field. Now this whole Diggs thing kind of throws me off. So that, I could be wrong. But I
just think it's one of those things. I don't think he needed the thing. I just think it's one of those things. Hey, you might as well, just because. Whether you're cleaning something out or whatever, I think it's more of those. If you need it, get it done. If you smoke them, got them. If you got them, smoke them. Right?
If you got them.
Yeah.
It could easily be reversed. But I went with the Cowboys 23, Panthers 21. I see Panthers getting like a 2-point conversion and getting a few field goals themselves.
A little bit of part of me hopes you're right.
Yeah, so again, I'd rather be the opposite way.
That's why you need defensive tackles, man. We've been barking about this stuff, man, for the past 2 seasons. The running backs, the defensive tackles. Again, we thought we were going to be more of a threat because obviously I didn't think these injuries were going to pile up, and even if we were starting slow out the gate, I thought we were going to definitely be able to come back out of it. But injuries have definitely hit us. That injury bug has definitely creeped up on us, and I wouldn't even say creeped on us. It just kind of punched us in the gut, and it took our lunch money and shit. Man, again, you want to hear different things from your front office, man. This is the time where the fans are very down, and that's where Bryan points out, man, read the room. You can't come out here and tell them that, well, be ready, because this is basically a 2-year plan. That's terrible, man. You're gonna just run your family business into the ground like that. But anyways, Bryan, as we go in here, we're week 15 into the season. Games are kind of going wearing thin a little bit right there. We'll be able to watch some good football. I think there's some really good teams getting into the playoffs. There's a lot of teams down there in the bottom, man. Like you were pointing out, a lot of 2-11, 3-10s.
Yeah, looking
team.
at the standings, man. Phew,
it is
bad.
crazy. It is very, very crazy. So to me, there's a lot of questions as we go into the offseason.
Though. Looking at the other way, how many really good teams are there? I mean, you got Kansas
4 or
City.
5, maybe. Maybe
I'm
6.
not
I would say
saying
6
Pittsburgh.
or 7. I would say 6 or 7.
I would say
a lot
Buffalo.
more in the NFC.
I would say Buffalo,
Kansas City, and Buffalo.
Yeah, and then I would say Eagles, Detroit. Minnesota,
and then Packers.
But I mean, yeah, and maybe Packers. But how many elite teams are there? Not many.
No, maybe 4.
No, I wouldn't even say that much.
I mean, good teams that if they're healthy, they could really kind of.
But you know what I mean? Like you get to the
thing.
Super Bowl, it's anybody's game. I don't believe it's Kansas. I always say it. I always say that.
Drew, you get a lot of comments from me.
City.
You're not there, man. You're not there.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. No, I don't know.
You got a whole team like barking at each other and about.
Drew, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, again, you cannot do that, Drew. You can't take every single positive thing we say and say exactly, and then when I say something negative, you're telling me I'm wrong. No, come on, man. If I'm hitting the nail on the head every time, except for when I say something negative, there's got to be something kind of fishy going on here.
He's good at that. He's good at taking your compliments and then shitting on you anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. I know what our team is, and that's why I don't really get too down on it.
Yeah,
I know what we'll be next year, and injuries are the part of the game. You can't predict that. You go forward.
I'm looking forward to the college football playoff, right? And we're looking forward to the NFL playoffs. Mm-hmm. What I'm not looking forward to is this game tomorrow.
Yeah, because we can win it.
I'm just not looking forward to it because if we win, we're gonna hear, the jackasses up top saying, it was a good win.
I told you we could play a game.
Yeah, and then if they lose, a lot of
we have injuries.
Shut the fuck up, man. This team just makes me sick. Sorry, people.
No, it's true. It's true, man. It pisses me off when I hear it. That's what I'm saying. I'm with you, man. I just be quiet. Don't say anything right now. It's just let some time go by before you make this argument, man.
I hear you, man. I hear you. But we're going to be here for it, so strap yourselves in and get ready for the ride.
No, Drew. I said that because I knew when I said my comment, you were going to jump on what I said. That's why I was it was a preemptive, you need to chill, Drew. That's what I was telling you. So you could say all you want. That was what I was saying. I was preempting your negative comment.
The Rock is going to give you exactly what you don't want. And that's a rock taking that strap, turning it sideways, and sticking it straight up your candy ass.
There you go. Sorry.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Exactly. But anyways, game time. I appreciate you finally coming through, man. You made me start this shit on myself. Yeah, I swear.
I didn't mean to.
That's
like I tried to.
Yeah, I know. I'm messing. Getting a little bit of a
serotonin. What's up?
YouTube keeps removing. I'm sorry. Yeah, serotonin. I think that's what happens because I lose YouTube subscribers. Yeah, I lose subscribers. I gain it. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
You guys have to look because I was unsubscribed to a few channels.
I had to go back as well too. They're douches like that.
So no, but like YouTube will unsubscribe you not knowingly. So make sure you have the bell notifications on. That seems to help. So anyway, sorry.
No, that's good. That's good. I need to go back and at least try that.
Good,
it's good. But anyways, game time. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man, just
Enjoy the
get
games.
ready for the games. Like I said, I was just watching the Heisman thing. It's over.
I gotta,
you know,
I gotta rewatch that. I wasn't watching.
That's fine.
I was watching the Grinch.
I'll listen to the speeches in the morning. Get ready for some games tomorrow. I will be streaming. Don't know really what time yet. I'll be honest, probably not the beginning. And I probably won't stream the Dallas game. I just probably won't. It's too boring. I'm sorry, people. I'll watch the game, but I got stuff to do around here. Maybe I'll go live, for the late games and maybe carry it into the 8 o'clock games, so maybe halfway or somewhere. And then somebody will say in the chat that I'm a pussy and I can't stay live for the whole game or something, which is what they do. But regardless, I am off Monday, so I might be a little more frisky tomorrow. Who knows? But so it's been a pleasure. As always, I always look forward to Saturday nights. So, yeah, man, just get ready for the ride. Eagle fans, you guys are in the ride. But, not for long. You know how that works, man. It's a week to week. Stay healthy, please. Everybody, all your squads that are in the hunt, please stay healthy. That's what it's about, man. Stay healthy.
Well, I appreciate you coming through, man. I appreciate everybody making comments, talking. Let's talking football. Even though this ugly game, I appreciate you coming through, man, giving us some time. Even though we were quite a bit of it, we're talking about draft. I get excited about that, getting to know some of these guys, starting to watch some film. It sucks, but guess what? Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, your actions has caused me to have to do this. So I look at this team and I love the fact that they're fighting, but unless you're having something to fight for, I don't want to see all those injuries as well. I'm with Bryan, man. Let's keep a healthy team going in to these next couple of games. So anyways, Bryan, I appreciate you coming through. Everybody else, I appreciate you guys sharing, commenting, liking everything that you're doing on this channel. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys later. And don't forget to do what?
Right, come out to the coast, have a few laughs. Oh, wait, ring that bell.
Damn right.
Hey, all right, good job, guys. Let's just not come in tomorrow. Let's just take a day.
Talking prime rib in bed.
I'm using a blanket as a napkin. That's fancy. That's fancy. Real fancy.
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I think we handled that with dignity. Free candy!
Johnny loves Chachi.